Greetings, peeps. Greetings, peeps. Salutations, shitheads. Sup, lady pupperoos. Top of the morning, infant mortalities. Hi-ho, D-bag diocesans. Ahoy, tiny synod. What do you know, quorum buttheads? Where are you headed, sexy deckhands? Aloha, Tupperware party sluts. Bonjour, manic batshits. New, me skites and putzes. Salute, Yankee Doodle fuckwads. Konnichiwa, Kimosabis and associated roadkill droogs. K-Tal, Canadian blob spotches in your ass-hatted Quebecois play cousins. Guten Tag, minivan bro jobs creating vortexes of Fat Tuesday Jew-fro madness. Jin dobre, bigged up besties with underboobs and side cleavage walking waffle dogs and knit booties. Hola, bearded man bun wearing chuds with earbuds, staring blankly at me from the line outside the archival mayonnaise cafe. Ça va, pupcake jakes from State Farm embarking on a cray-cray spring break of baking at the beach. Namaste, boogers laughing at earwax. Hey there, bingo whores turned horse-faced academics. Howdy doody car wash pandas, sassy baptism poodles and hopscotch tournament pygmy goats. Hail Appalachians with Yiddish-themed vision boards who paid actual money to see Passion of the Christ. Peekaboo, Parsi speaking Farsi underneath 3 19th century barkeeps swarmed by bees. Boy howdy, dumbass equine center friends, you are everything. Cheers, hospital gift shop cashiers, I feel your pain. Yo, fans of mooning during the day, I am you. Whoa, bright eyes with lice crawling out of your neck fuzz, dropping a bottle of Summer's Eve into a muffin basket left in a cemetery. Your mankini ruined my vacation. Hold up, trailer bros, go ahead, walk into my yard and take a few cement blocks for your own mysterious purposes. If I catch you in Starbucks again, I will poop in your latte. Stop right there. Able-bodied dingleberries and doobheads standing in the aisles who don't realize you need to move your asses to the back of the bus so others can get on. It's the snowpocalypse out there, so leave work early and get all your groceries at the gas station. Fuck off in advance, Balkan hombreros and your smelly aftershave. I knew you were up to some shit when you brought umbrellas to Bonnaroo. Would you have sex with Prince? I know he's dead. I'm working that out for myself. Attention, Rose of Sharons. For me, the rose is a symbol of hatred. You must treat this beautiful thing like a beast. You must deprive it of necessities. You must beat it back with weapons. I'll give you a moment to clean up the mess your downstairs parts just made after you got dry fucked by my beautiful truth-telling. You're welcome. And P.S., platonic Tomodachis and backstabbing internet friends, Brosama bin Ladens and face bitch buddy boys, shade-throwing sideline haters, heterosexual second friends, token POC pals, goyish or honky doyens and fuckaduck sausage nabes. Seeing as I am way too drunk these days, lap dancing for emeritus members of the Buzz Aldrin Marriage Events fan club to care about the cats scratching your car at night, I'm saying, buonasera, fili di puttana. Buenos noches y adios, hermanos feos. I am sick of all of you not coming to my nightly Talking Heads tribute at the Walgreens Bottle Drop kiosk. I am casting a major black magic feces spell on you and all your emotions for the entire month of August. Until then, listen for my wind chimes. Yeah, wind chimes. 'Cause nothing says, greetings peeps, I hate my neighbors, like wind chimes. That's coming later today. This is for something completely different. Little dog at the end of the rainbow. That's enough, little dog. Don't push, little dog. Stop pushing me where I don't want to go. Into this tiny room where John Keats died. A month ago, I had no plans to be in Rome. But here I am, and there you are, nipping my heels with your chihuahua teeth, strafing my ankles with your tiny sharp claws. Looks like another summer of bloody feet. All the Band-Aids at Walgreens can't cover my scars. I wanted to lounge outside in the sunshine, drink a cool vino bianco in some outdoor enoteca, the light through the spring green leaves flickering gold in my glass. Instead, you wound your invisible little body around my ankles and pushed me past the Piazza di Spagna, past the happy dancing waters of the Fontana della Barcaccia, past the fat pots of fuchsia azaleas glinting amid the sea of tourists, and up 3 flights of narrow stairs into this dark, small death room. But why am I surprised? You've done this to me my whole life. 44 years ago, I was making good money as a secretary when you, tiny Cerberus, pushed me into poetry. Did you know the Italian word for stanza means room? Thanks to you, I wrote myself into a tight stanza, like Keats, who spent his final days staring out this window. I couldn't leave. Yes, he had tuberculosis, but he also had poetry and, I suspect, his own little animal who stopped him from becoming a doctor and curing his own TB. Yes, I know, he didn't want to be a doctor, and no, I didn't like being a secretary. I hated being a secretary, and yes, I do love poetry, but you never seem to understand that with my working class background, I need money, not poetry. How long do you want me to keep staring at the deathbed? There are 3 people in this tiny room now. It's really close in here. It smells like what everybody ate for lunch. Italian food. Maybe you'll understand if I speak Italian. Basta poco cane, no spingere poco cane, vaffanculo mio cagnolino. What is your name anyway? I used to know, but I forgot. I'd like to know what Keats called his version of you. Poetry will be the death of me? In a poem I wished I'd written, Delmore Schwartz called his little friend the heavy bear who goes with me. And also, in the same poem, crazy factotum, swollen shadow, stupid clown, central ton of every place. That's damn accurate. I bet you're all in some kind of club. Oh, I should have thrown a bucket of water over you long ago. Drowned you like mean people drown kittens. Little dog, were you Il Miglior Fabbro? I have a feeling you spent a lot of time with Ezra Pound. I can't see you anymore, Fido, but I know you're here. And I know if I could see you, I would see you. Jump right up on Keats's mattress, this expensive green and white striped silk mattress that Keats certainly did not die on, and lick my face. Right now, you are probably licking his ghost face. That might be nice for him, actually, because his friend Severin wrote that the poet would sometimes, quote, weep when he awoke and found himself still living. You know I've done that. You know because you were there pushing, always pushing me into the most distressing events. You pushed me into that record store when I was 15, made me fall in love with the owner who was 11 years older than me. Yes, he was a great first boyfriend despite the statutory rape aspect. But then 3 years later, he died. And I tried to kill myself by getting so drunk behind the shed aquarium, I wouldn't notice I was walking into Lake Michigan. But I wasn't drunk enough to miss you peeing on the flowers. I was so drunk, I saw 2 of you. One chihuahua peeing is hilarious, but twin chihuahuas? Ridiculous. I almost died laughing. Then the 2 of you said, now go home and write a poem. You totally ruined the mood. To spite you, I never wrote that poem. You also pushed me into dumping that nice guy who had a job selling insurance, a house in the suburbs, and a car for that idiot who wrote those long, incomprehensible novels and lived in one narrow room with sheets tacked over the windows, a sleeping bag on his mossy state mattress, and manuscript pages carpeting the floor. The place smelled like dirty soup. The L roared by outside. He looked like he'd just robbed a liquor store, but he was actually faking being poor. You told me it would be romantic. You said I would learn things. So I traveled with him for a year. It was the worst year of my life. You saw me that night on the Boulevard Raspail, making my way toward the Sandwich Grec place by Notre Dame in the snow and sleet with no umbrella and no winter coat, looking into windows at people eating Christmas dinners in bright, warm kitchens. The phrase, exiled from comfort, came to mind. Again, you said, now go home and write a poem. Again, to spite you, I did not. You said the same thing 3 months later as we watched the sun coming up over the Himalayas. At least that made sense. And you said it again. You said it again that night. I slit my wrist. I spent 5 hours alone in the emergency room. Little dog, I remember you walked me home. It's been years since I could see you, but I remember what you looked like. You showed up one spring morning in my front yard under the big evergreen planted by my grandfather when he first came over from Poland. I was on my way to kindergarten with my mother, and I saw you half hidden in the shadow next to that wooden bowl that Grandma always filled with little sticks and leaves and dried blood red buds and placed under the evergreen whenever it rained. The drops falling from the needles would moisten the concoction, and she'd mix it with the tibia of a pig and give it to me when I got sick. When I let go of my mother's hand and scrambled under the tree to pet you, I saw a rainbow arcing over the wooden bowl. When I asked my grandmother about it, she said, "That's little dog at end of rainbow. Go write poem." So I went and I wrote poem. I called it, My Grandmother Told Me to Write a Poem. It wasn't very good. I threw it away, but you fished it out of the garbage, hid it somewhere, then brought it back 20 years later covered in slobber and made me submit it to a magazine. It got published. I got paid $10. Then it appeared in an anthology. Yes, I got $50. Then I got asked to do a reading. You were so proud of me. I guess I've never thanked you properly. Is that why I can't see you anymore? Is it because I forgot your name? Should I just give you a new name? I don't know if you're a boy or a girl, but I suspect a boy because Aunt Jadwiga once told me, I know God's a man. A woman wouldn't let this shit go on for so long. I'm sorry. I know God has her reasons for letting shit go on for so long. You probably know. You've always been smarter than me. And I'm sorry I swore at you in Italian. I should have said, Grazie, mio cagnolino, per la poesia. I will go home and write a poem. I'll call it Little Dog at the End of the Rainbow. And that's what I'll call you. That's what I used to call you. I remember now.